Join me as I create a breaking news trailer for Brexit and see if I can capture all the drama and tension in just 3 minutes. Brexit, the term that's been dominating global headlines for years, is about to get the breaking news treatment. Imagine a world where a seismic shift in geopolitics is packaged into a 3-minute trailer, distilling the most pivotal moments of a nation's decision to leave the European Union. That's exactly what we're about to do, and I'm excited to take you on this journey. The road to Brexit has been anything but smooth. The journey was plagued by grueling trade negotiations, bitter political divisions, and a deeply divided public. The stakes were high, with the future of the UK and Europe hanging precariously in the balance. Every step of the way was fraught with tension as the world watched with bated breath. The negotiations themselves were a minefield, with the UK and EU struggling to find common ground on issues like tariffs, immigration, and sovereignty. Meanwhile, back in Westminster, British politicians were at each other's throats as the Labour and Conservative parties fought tooth and nail over the best course of action. But it wasn't just the politicians who were divided. The British public was split right down the middle. Some saw Brexit as a chance to reclaim national identity and forge a new path, while others believed it would lead to economic catastrophe and isolation. The debate raged on, with passions running hot on both sides. As the clock ticked down, the tension mounted. It was a game of high political stakes, where one misstep could have far-reaching consequences. And yet, despite the uncertainty, the world was riveted to the unfolding drama. The events leading up to Brexit were a rollercoaster ride of twists and turns. Who can forget the drama of the referendum, the shock of the result, and the ensuing political fallout? There were key moments that stood out, like Theresa May's ill-fated election gamble or Boris Johnson's rise to power. And then, of course, there were the peripheral players, like Nigel Farage and Jean-Claude Juncker, who added their own brand of drama to the mix. The reactions were just as varied as world leaders, celebrities, and ordinary people weighed in on the debate. It was a truly global conversation, with the world watching and waiting to see what would happen next. And at the heart of it all was the inimitable David Cameron, the Prime Minister who called the referendum and set the whole ball rolling. But of all the moments in the Brexit saga, there's one that stands out as the most pivotal: the final vote in Parliament. It was a day of high drama, as MPs clashed in a marathon debate that would decide the fate of the nation. The tension was palpable as the country held its breath and waited for the result. The atmosphere was electric as the clock ticked down to the deadline. It was a moment of pure theatre, with all eyes fixed on the iconic clock tower of the Houses of Parliament. And then, suddenly, it was all over. The vote was cast and the UK's fate was sealed. So what did it all mean in the end? The UK formally left the EU, but the uncertainty lingers on. There are still questions about trade, borders, and the future of the Union. The effects will be felt for years to come as the UK and Europe navigate this uncharted territory. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the heart of Brexit. If you've got thoughts on this complex and contentious topic, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you're hungry for more political analysis, be sure to check out some of our other videos on the subject.